Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna go over the FART method. The START method. Okay, so this is for anyone who's just trying to get started in real estate. If you learn these 5 steps, it'll go ahead and jumpstart your real estate journey and actually get you over that hump of being in analysis paralysis, because who likes that, right? That kind of sucks. So S, let's go ahead and get started right into it. S stands for strategy. So the first thing you want to figure out is what strategy are you going to use to make money in real estate. So the first picture on here, by the way, I was horrible at Pictionary, guys, so don't judge here. But first picture here is an upside down house. That means flipping. So if you want to get started, some people start by flipping a house. Unfortunately for that, you'll probably need a lot of capital because you have to put in money for the renovations, all that construction, and then you probably want to go ahead and sell it after that. So you're going to have to get an agent, and then when you sell, there's a 6% commission. So it's pretty expensive to do that. Plus you're taxed a lot. The second one on here is called is Costco. Costco's a wholesaler. So the second method is wholesaling, which basically means, for those who don't know, you get a list of buyers and sellers, so people who want to buy a house and people who want to sell a house, and you basically hook them up. You're kind of like a matchmaker in a sense, right? You're hooking 2 people up, you're charging them a fee, kind of like dating apps charge a fee, right? So you're charging them a fee, and that's how you make your money in wholesaling. You basically line the buyers up and the sellers up, and you have the buyer sell to the seller, and you charge an assignment fee. Now the last one up there is a right side up house, and that one basically means you buy and hold. So at least in this case, we're representing buy and hold. And this is my favorite because what you do is you just buy a house and you rent it out for the rest of your life. And every single month you get money in called cash flow. That's just passive income because you can make it in your sleep. And this is honestly one of the best ways to get started in real estate investing. And that's how I got started in real estate investing. I bought a single family home and I just rented out the rooms, and that's basically what propelled me on my journey to where I am today. T stands for talking to a real estate agent. Now, there's a guy here with a top hat. I have no idea why he has a top hat, but that's supposed to be a real estate agent. So the first thing you want to do when you get started is call up a real estate agent. So go to Google, type in real estate agents, type in your city, and go ahead and give them a ring. It's really not that hard. It's like it takes 5 minutes to do something like that, right? So go ahead and give them a ring. If they don't pick up, leave a voicemail, have them call you back and say, hey, I'm interested in looking at some properties, right? And then it'll just go from there. That's basically how I got started. A stands for asking for pre-approval. Now this one's a little bit more complicated. It means that you have to go to a lender, and you could just type in like banks or lending in your city and then ask them for a mortgage. It's something you get on the house and you have to pay back over time. And basically what you want to do is when you rent it out, you want the rental income to be more than the loan amount that you're paying every month, so that you end up with cash flow. Pre-approval is the very first step where you're just getting qualified to buy a house. So what you do is call up a lender, say, hey, can you get me pre-approval? I'm looking to buy a house in this area. This is about the price range I'm looking at. And that pre-approval actually goes in, makes your offer a lot stronger when you buy the house. Let's say, you have a buyer who doesn't have pre-approval, and so they're not qualified to maybe even purchase a house or get a loan on a house, versus you have your pre-approval set, meaning you have enough ability, enough finances to be able to afford a house. Then they're going to choose the person who has the pre-approval because they're like, okay, yeah, this guy's going to be able to buy the house. Okay, now the R stands for reviewing homes. So that means going to the homes themselves and doing a walkthrough. And why this is very good is because it allows you to get excited about real estate. You go through a deal and you're like, oh wow, this house actually makes a lot of sense, or this house is a dump, right? I don't want to live in this crap, right? Going through the home walkthroughs actually gives you a very good sense of what makes a good deal and what doesn't, or like what's a good condition house versus one that isn't, because trust me, there's a lot of houses that are horrible condition out there. T stands for teacher. So just like anything in life, it's important to hire a coach, or at least a mentor who has done this process before, so that they can go ahead and teach you, okay, these are the things that I had happen to my house, and these are the ways that I avoided those mistakes or those obstacles, and this is how I got around this or that. And they can also teach you the S part too, right? The strategy. So let's say I want to flip houses. Well, I'm going to go ahead and find somebody who flipped like 100 houses and go like, okay, how'd you do it, right? And a lot of them will have like courses or coaching. And of course, a lot of times it will be a payment, right? You have to pay for that. But that little payment up front is worth it in the end, because it could save you tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands learning mistakes that you'll be making if you didn't have a teacher. And so that's, it's kind of like when I became a pharmacist, I went through 3 years of pharmacy school so that I don't kill a patient, right? God forbid. So that's pretty much the START method. So START, right? And these are the 5 steps that I actually use to go ahead and get started. It's pretty easy actually, right? You can just do this like within, I don't know, a day or so, all of these things if you wanted to do it. So it's really not that hard to get started in real estate. And for those who are just kind of on the fence, like, should I step into this or not? Or should I get my feet wet? I'm stuck in analysis paralysis, which I know I've been there. It sucks. It really sucks. You're pretty much kind of like getting down on yourself for never even getting the ball rolling, right? You're kicking yourself and you're like, man, am I ever going to actually do this? What I would do is just do these 5 steps right up here, and then see where it leads you. That's all you have to do. You don't have to plan the whole thing ahead of time. You just start with the very first 5 steps and then see where the journey takes you. And that's pretty much how it works. It's just the same thing for, college, right? You apply and maybe you don't get in some of them, or you get others and you're like, oh crap, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like first day of class and you're like I was lost, right? But then you figure it out along the way. It's the same, for like a job, same thing, you figure it out along the way. Real estate, just get started, do these steps right here, and then you'll learn along the way. All right, so I hope that was very useful for you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I will upload 1 video every single week. Hopefully I have time, and hopefully it's not too much energy, but yes, I am gonna put that out there. 1 video a week, guys. So I'll see you guys next week.